And as the theme music dies away, welcome to hello ball bags, welcome to frame 149, so close to the magic 150 that many of us have been waiting for, of Me1 versus Me2 Snooker, continuing podcast slash videocast in which Me1, the normal man, takes on Me2, the very, very strong breeze at snooker, to find out who's the best. And you have to go back to the beginning if you haven't watched them all and listened to them all. So just don't listen if you don't. It's currently 66 to Me1, 75 to Me2. If Me2 can win today, he'll open up an unheralded 10-frame gap that is surely it's impossible to come back from that, however long we go on, isn't it? And it's a crucial frame tonight for both players. We sorry, I got something stuck in my teeth. There, it's out now. I'm afraid that Abderrahman Mehdiou, the Algerian footballer's family, got in touch to say they did not, almost immediately to say they did not want the arena named after them. So it's with some trepidation that I inform you something you may have not heard already. Probably my favourite Belarusian executioner has died. I mean, that's given it away to most of you already who would 69 years young. He may have executed some people, but death eventually would come for him as well. Of course, Oleg Alkaju is it's like an Alcopop is a less alcoholic. Oh no, it is alcoholic in it. He's an Alkaju anyway, so that's his name, Alkaju. 69 years young, 69 dudes. And his nickname was Hooch, according to the chat room there. It's flown by too quickly for me to see who said it. So many people in today, it's they're flying by. 63 viewers there are, so 63, what the hell has happened to this? I don't know much. I don't know if Oleg's a good person to choose. I did find his Wikipedia page, but it's all in German or Belarusian or something. So it's hard to know if he's a suitable person. But, you know, if he's murdered people, then surely... No, that's not... 73 people, sorry, are watching. It's going up all the time. Looking pretty fly for a white guy today. My hair's a little bit messy. It's been a long day for me. I've been into London and back and haven't had a chance to rest up. I did a podcast this morning with... called something about conspiracy theories with Jolyon Rubinstein and I want to say James Ball, and I want to say that because I believe it's his name. And then this afternoon I was interviewed by the Times of London. I went to their offices, was interviewed and photographed. So, you know, it's not going so badly for little Richie Herring is what I'm saying. My new book, Can I Have My Ball Back?, which is out in October the 20th, 2022. If you pre-order from Waterstones, you can get one of 500 signed copies, one of which I think has an offer of a prize in it. Some of them have lovely drawings in. Some of them have, they're all been specially signed ever so differently. If we can sell all 500 of those, that would be a great start to the sales and maybe get us in some charts and stuff. So if you fancy buying a copy, waterstones.com. Of course, it will eventually be available from Chris Evans, not that one. I think he's trying to get together some little bonus thing for you if you buy it from him. But you know, buy a few copies. Let's see if I can do something that's a success for once, rather than some fucking shit with 73 people watching it. You motherfuckers. Anyway, I was ashamed about Abderrahman's. They said I couldn't say his name properly. They were flattered otherwise. But I'm sure Oleg Alkaju will, you know, possibly a horrible person. I don't know. His job to execute people. Maybe you think that's good. Maybe you think it's bad. 88 people now, going up all the time. And don't forget, it's 2004, and so you mustn't forget, people, that it's very important that we get the latest. Oh God, I thought I'd put it all ready to go, but I haven't. Let's get the latest football scores. A lot of games tonight to get through. I'm pretty tired is what I'm saying, because I've been, you know, doing stuff all day. And as I become a success in my career, it's going to happen one day, I might have to give up doing shit like this to 89 people. Going up. Get on with the football. Check it. The Women's Champions League qualifying. A couple of the games already finished. So I'm not giving you those scores. Arsenal women have scored 1 goal. And Ajax women, they're the women who have Ajax. Last week we heard from the men with Ajax, didn't we? But this week it's the Ajax women. And I'm not saying women should be using Ajax and men shouldn't. I'm glad that we've got to the point where the Ajax have got to realise that men should use Ajax as well. 1-1. Anyway, 23 minutes gone. And in Rangers 1, Benfica women 0. I don't know if that's the Rangers men. It just says Rangers. All the others say women. So it could be Rangers men versus Benfica women. They're winning 1-0 anyway. International friendlies. Qatar 11, Bolivia 0. That match starting at 11 o'clock this morning. I believe it's a match cancelled. Presumably just because 11-0 was too much for Bolivia. They went home. Into the EFL Trophy. Half-time, Morecambe, and it's neither team has scored yet, 0-0. Wimbledon 0, Crawley 0. I call them Creepy Crawley, because there's a lot of sex offenders in that team. Cheltenham, that's a joke. Cheltenham 2, Walsall 0. Cheltenham, a very good team, of course. Scored 2 goals. The second half just begun. Stevenage, my local team, won. Or one of my local teams, Wickham 0. Well done to the Stevens, I think they're called. That's what they... Come on, Stevens. Peterborough. There's a man called Peterborough 2. Tottenham Hotspurs 0. What? No, that can't be the real Tottenham Hotspur, can it? It's got to be like Tottenham Hotspur B team or something, because otherwise it'd be 2-1 to them. Swindon 0, Plymouth 2. Newport 0, Forest Green 0. And Leyton Orient 2, maybe it's the under-21 teams. Sutton 1, Northampton 0, Cambridge 0. Those are the last 2 at half-time. Ipswich 1, Arsenal at U21. It's a U-boat that they play in, and they're in the U-boat 21. And they've scored no goals, because they're inside a U-boat. I mean, it's parked in front of the goal, but you can just knock it through if you're careful. Tranmere 2, Bolton 0. Shrewsbury 0, where they make the pie and the pie. Port Vale 1. Stockport 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Rochdale 0, Liverpool U21, same deal, 0. Salford 0, Accrington 0, Barnsley 0, Newcastle 0. Newcastle United, I'm guessing U21s, because they'd have scored otherwise. Lincoln 0, Doncaster 0. Derby versus Manchester City U21, that is postponed due to international call-ups. Grimsby 1, Mansfield 0. Grimsby got the ball, kicked it in the net at some point in the first 36 minutes of the game. Carlisle 0, Fleetwood 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Burton 2. The FA qualifying is also going on today. Bracknell Town 19, Chesham United 30, Hartley Wintney 19, Bath City 30, AFC Sudbury 19. There's a lot of 90. Oh, this one's different. St Albans City 45. A lot of goals going in this FA qualifying. The teams aren't as good. Bedford Town 19, Kings Lynn 45, Braintree 19, Heybridge Swifts 45, Chatham Town 19. I mean, it's almost beggars belief that so many teams could have the same scoreline. Walton and Hersham 45. That's just 2 blokes. Chorley 1945. 19 Liver's Edge. I mean, they're playing the edge of a liver. 45. Cirencester Town 19, Merthyr Town 45, Congleton Town 19, Newcastle Town 45. Farsley Celtic 19, Filed, I call them Defiled, 45. Fisher 19, Welling 45, Gainsborough Trinity 19, Long Eaton United 45, Hayes and Yedding 19, Farnborough 45, Helston Athletic 19, Bishops Cleeve, that's literally just the buttocks of a Bishop 45. He's scored 45 goals just with his buttock. Ilkeston Town 19, Anstey Nomads, a made-up team 45. Peterborough Sports 19, Redditch United 45, Stratford Town 19, Banbury United 45, and Three Bridges 19, Lewis 45. That is 3 actual Bridges playing Lewis from Inspector Moss. FA Trophy, Galston 19, Coggeshall Town 45. I mean, you couldn't write that, could you? If you went in, if I gone to the bookmakers and said, I think, all these matches started either 7:45 or 7:30, and if I went into the bookmaker and said 8:10, all of these will be 1945 and 1930. People would have said I was mad. Into Scottish League 2, East Fife 0, Stenhousemuir 0, Stranraer 0, Dumbarton 0, and into the Welsh League Cup. very, again, spookily similar. Affenlido, 19. Pontypridd United, 45. Buckleyton, 19. Gresford Athletic, 45. Cynathenton, 19. Ballatown, 45. Cardiff MU, 19. Aberystwyth Town, 45. Conyers Keno, 19. Hollywood Town, 45. I did say Hollywood Town normal. Pennybont, 19. Ammanford, 45. Taffs Well FCA. I mean, how can they call them Taffs? That's like taking the piss out of themselves. Taffs Well AFC, 19. Havertsford Q, 45. In the Irish Premiership, Linford versus Larne was postponed. Other. So I hope you're up to date with the football scores so far. Remember, those scores might not be the final scores. They could change. So, look, last week I was a bit tired as well. And obviously full of grief at the passing of Mrs. McCluskey and also the Queen. And I don't think we did a great job. But it was a fantastic frame that Me2 coming back from the dead. Like I imagined the Queen might at a ceremony. I thought she might jump out of the coffin and say, "You've been punked," and then we'd all have to go through it again if she died again. But he literally came back from the dead. He was dead and he literally came back and won 50-47, a black ball finish after taking all the colours in order to come back from seemingly nowhere, meaning 75-66 up. Let's go to Me1. I've just seen he sat down. Let's see what he has to say about all of this. How are you feeling, Me1? Rich, I'm not happy about being 9 frames adrift, but these things are sent to try us, and I'm a great snooker player, and I should be able to win today and sort it out. And you were very upset. I mean, we didn't really talk about it, but you were very upset by the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. It was the second, Richard, yes. I was very upset. I was invited to the funeral. I was at the funeral. Was Me2 invited? No, Me2. I'm a royalist. He's a Republican. There's some big differences between us. And I was there representing self-playing snooker, the sport of self-playing snooker. They had one person from each sport at the service, and I was the one chosen from all the Me's to represent the sport. I mean, you're a very controversial figure. You've said some awful things. Controversial but conservative. Very much behind Thatcher and their new incarnation. Very much behind the Queen. I don't like the King Charles III as much, but the jury's out on him. The jury's out on Prince Andrew as well, isn't it? I mean, it's out because they've not been allowed in. Well, that's Prince Andrew was there in his sporting regalia, and in his his soldier regalia, I should say, and deservedly so for all he has done for this country. And he's not been found guilty of anything, so I think you'll be very careful with your words. I'm not going to make any comment. He was heckled, and that person's in prison. The person who heckled him is in prison, but he is not in prison. So we know what the royal family consider the worst crime, and rightly so, Richard. I'm going to do this for Prince Andrew. I'm going to win this for Prince Andrew. I'm going to win this for the Queen, to a less extent for King Charles III. I'm still not used to calling him that. I was in the Westminster Abbey, and I sang "God Save the Queen" by mistake, which that was a bit of a mistake, wasn't it? Because of course she's probably beyond saving now, but you never know. If you've watched Game of Thrones, sometimes they come back alive again, don't they? So you never know. Well, thank you, Me1. So the snooker. So I'm going to win the snooker today, Richard. No problem. And no sweat, I should say, for Prince Andrew. And for my fans out there, I'm sorry I've let you down. I've lost most of the last few frames, and I really need to pull my sock up. Just one sock? Yeah. Me2 is just taking over in that seat. How are you feeling, Me2? Well, I'm pissed off I wasn't invited to the Westminster Abbey. I mean, I don't like the royal family. I hate the Queen. I'm glad the Queen is dead. And I hope Prince Charles dies. I hope Prince William dies. It's King Charles. I hope he dies. I hope Prince William dies. I hope the kids, are locked in a barrel or something, but are fed. You're a humane person. I like, I don't think, suffer little children not come unto me is what I say. Well, a lot of entertainers said that sort of stuff, and and I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying I don't want the children to die until they're 16, and then they can be killed. But I still should have gone to the Westminster Abbey. I think it's ridiculous. I'm the better. I'm 10 frames after tonight. I'll be ahead, and the loser gets chosen to represent the sport. It's fucking ridiculous. Well, I think if you're delighted the Queen's dead, that's probably why you didn't get invited. So and I go both ways. That's what I've heard. Well, good form. You're on good form. I think obviously the monarchy is a ridiculous, outdated institution that should have been ended years and years ago, and everyone in it is a prick. But I also think that maybe they should be allowed to live in a palace and have people look at them like a tourist attraction, like a zoo. So I can go either way. I'm pro-monarchy, anti-monarchy. Well, I'm very anti-monarchy, Richard. I'm the half of you that's very anti-monarchy. And as I say, I'd like to see... Or Princess Anne, look, she's good. She should be the queen. If they're going to have a queen, which they shouldn't have, she should be it. She fought off that kidnapper. She can ride around. She's horse personality and sports personality of the year. She's a good old game bird. They should just say which is the best one out of all the... if they're going to keep it in the family, I'd say throw the interview wide. I'll take over. I'll be king. But if it's not, Princess Anne, get her in. Queen Anne, whatever it would be, everyone will be happy with that. We know Prince Charles is going to fuck up, and we're glad about that. It's like Mrs. Thatcher II. Can't think of her name. She's going to fuck it up, and that'll be good for us all because end of the Tories. Well, enough politics, I think. I don't really want this to turn into... I know the mourning period's over and we can say what we like, but I don't... Personally, I'd like to apologise to viewers. I don't think anyone should say they're delighted at the death of anyone, especially an old lady, a nice, kind old lady who didn't do anything wrong and had lots of buildings and money and stuff and doesn't have to pay inheritance tax. She's still an old lady. So let's have less of that. Let's go over to Commentator 1, Commentator 2 in the Oleg Alcaju arena. I'm not drinking alcohol at the moment, so I don't know if I should be allowed to be in this arena. Drinking a nice Erdinger, alcohol free. That's to you, Oleg Alcaju, unless you were really horrible, in which case I couldn't read the Wikipedia page, so you probably are. You probably are horrible. Anyway, over to Commentator 1, Commentator 2. You know where they are. They're in there. Oleg Alcaju Arena. Hello, Richard. Here we are in the Oleg Alcaju Arena. I'm Commentator 1. You're aware of me. And this is my fellow commentator, Commentator 2. Just realised from the chat room, they've reminded me, Richard, you've made an error. Back over to you. It is back to me because, of course, we have not heard Sybil's prediction. Thank you to Beats International. I haven't got my glasses on. Is it Beefs or Beats International? Either way, Mrs. Thatcher II will be pleased about that. Ooh, here I am. Sybil, who spookily got everything right about last week's prediction, except she's meant to say 47 instead of 27, but she got the winner right. Can you just quickly let us know who will win today? The winner today, Richard, will be Me1. No way. Me1 will win. Didn't you say Me1 would win last week? No, I said Me2. Are you sure? It looks like it says Me1 there. I don't... maybe it's Me2. I can't... It's very similar. And they... Oh, yeah, it was Me2. And they shall win by 18 points. An 18-point victory. Going for a score line. I can only see that Me1's score will begin with a 5 and Me2's score will begin with a 3. Okay, so it's 50-something, 30-something, 18 points apart. I'm sorry about that. Back over to the... Well, Richard, very unprofessional of you there to not have done that earlier, but... thank you. Richard should also have reminded you that there is a live show. Sybil will be there at the live show on Thursday at the Phoenix at 7:30. Here, Richard is doing an hour of stand-up about bollocks, which he'll be reading off an iPad, and it's his first new stand-up in 5 years. And excuse me. and then we'll do a live Twitch of fun. And remember, if fewer people come than were at the last one, it will be the last ever live Twitch of fun, which, it seems likely because I don't think many people are coming. It's only £5. Go to richchain.com/gigs and you can see the ticket link. Why not come along? I think it'll be fun. And Rehearsal continues. We've got a fantastic lineup with Sarah Pascoe and Chris McCausland, who you may have seen on the BAFTA Awards and Live at the Apollo. He's the blind comedian. He's very funny with Lee Mack. There's loads of tickets for that one left. The Victoria Corrin and Annika Rice one the next week, selling very well. So if you want to come to that, book ahead. But hopefully people will come and see the 3rd of October as well. If you could come and see those shows live, I don't know why I'm telling you, I'm the commentator. It really helps out if you can come live, because it makes, if you heard the Reece Shearsmith podcast that went out this week, it's amazing when there's a big audience there. So anyway, what do you think, commentator 2? Who do you think is going to win? I think one of the two me's will win. You're very funny and you're very clever. It's Me1 to break, and Me1 is coming up to the hockey right now. The board's set up. Oh, he's coming on from the right-hand side. Unusual, but he's gone in off anyway. He's straight in off. Hopefully, the overhead camera working this week. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties last week. Me2 looking on course for that incredible, unheralded, unprecedented 10-frame lead. He doesn't do too well with that shot, but Me1 needs this. Will the support of Sybil help him out? Not compared to that shot. That was a bad shot. Me2. He's got a straight red into the top right-hand pocket, and bang, he has not got it. Oh, he's got it into the centre pocket. I spoke too soon. Brilliant little bit of deception there. Will this black go down? He thinks so. I don't think it will, but Me2 thinks it will. It does not go down, but it's 1 point to Me2, and he's got all the points so far. There's 5 of them. They're all his, and Me1. This is a touching ball, I think. He couldn't really do much with that, but ow! He just banged his head and shouted out. I don't know if you heard that. Me2. Everyone a bit more awake this week. The board looking a bit biased to the left there. Me1. He's just trying to loose. Oh, Me1's gone in off again. I think he potted a red as well. I was looking down at the white going into the pocket. Oh, maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's 2 in there. So he did manage to pot a red, but unfortunately potted the white. So Me2 has all the points, and there are 9 of them. And Me2, what can he do with these 3 sisters at the top? Nothing is the answer. Me1. Oh, it's a beautiful pot. He uses the camber of the board so he doesn't go in off on that one. He's got the first point on the board. Can he get the first break of more than 1? Not with like that, he can't, but he's got a beautiful snooker, I think. Calculating, Me1, 1. Me2, calculating, 9. Me2. Gonna have to find some way out of this snooker. Oh, it's not a snooker, he can see that one. He can see it. Not only can he see it, he can knock it around the board and not get it in. Me1. There's not much he can do here, so he just... No, that was a poor shot, though. He's nudged a red. Me2. Oh, a lovely bit of backspin there. He pots the red. He's on the pink. He's going to try and get the pink into the centre pocket. There he goes in off. But he's just moving his way towards victory here. But remember what happened last week. That's... Oh, Me1 has potted a red, and I think this is going to be the highest break of the evening. He's potted a blue. He's up to 6 points, and suddenly the tide has turned. That blue gets in the way of one of his options for 3, a break of 3. But he's... Oh, can he get a 4-ball break here? I don't think he can. Need to get up the old green board. He's going to go for the green in the hope of getting a 4-ball break. He could go in off here. He hasn't. Oh, what a shot. Me1 is playing like the demon barber of Fleet Street, where he's, unlike the people in the Royal Parade, he's going fast. He's got 4 balls. He's got a break of 10 points. Can he make it 11? Would be some shot here. Oh, it's a 5-ball break. This is amazing stuff. And there's an easy brown. And he's fucked that up. Oh, Me1. Well, that was exhilarating stuff from Me1. Me2 only has 1 red to get to. Oh, nearly doubles it into the bottom pocket. It was a very good try. Me1 can only get this one as well. Goes in off. Undoes so much of the good work he did. Me2 back in the lead. Calculating. Me1 12. Me2 14. And it's Me2 at the hockey. Comfortably pots. There's some good potting going on here. These players, they've been waiting for this all summer. He's got a break of 5 now. The high breaks are just flying in. I don't think you can get anything here. But, you know, Me2 will always surprise you. And there he goes. He surprises me by doubling that all the way up the board for a 3-ball break. Oh, how does he miss that pink after that? He got a break of 6. Takes him to 20. Should have been 26, though. And Me1 is playing catch-up. Me1 takes a slightly risky attempt at that red, knocks the black around. Me2, by far the superior player, nearly pots the red. Me1, he needs this. Oh, that was a nice shot, and oh, Me1, what a shame. Lovely shot into the top right-hand pocket, but the cue ball flies down the old green board. And it's in off. 4 points to Me2. Me2 gets the first crack at the colours. The yellow off its spot is just a gimme here. If you can roll this on a little bit, the cue ball, get the yellow in. Oh, he hasn't quite gone far enough. He's snookered himself, I think. He'll be disappointed with that. That could have been a clearance. Oh, he'll be disappointed with that, Me2. He gets 2 points, but gives away 4. As he misses the green. 16 plays 26. Me1, 25 points on the table. Me1 going for the snooker. And that's a clever play. He's not in his snooker, but the pinks up there could go in. Oh, Me2 misses the green. Nearly gets the cue ball into the pocket. Me1 up to 20 points. Now he faces the green himself. He goes in off and pots the green. Amazing shot to pot the green, but Me2 gets 4 points back. Then probably was some rule there where Me2 should have taken another shot, but he didn't. And Me1 took it, and now Me2 has the chance to make up for not getting on the green before. He's potted the green. He hasn't got brilliantly on the brown, but maybe he can double it. Of course he can double it. He's Me2. Got a break of 7. Oh, brilliantly pots the blue. He didn't even seem to look at it. Break of 12. Brilliantly pots the pink. He's got a break of 18. Can he get the highest ever break in Me history by potting this long black? No, he's gone in off, but it doesn't matter. He gets, what does he get? It was 3, 7, 12, 18 points to Me2. Takes him to 48. Me1 gets a 7, goes to 27. 48 plays 27 in Me2's favour. Absolute whitewash. Whitewash is an absolute whitewash. What was that? 48 plays 27. 27, 48. Almost the same. Almost, in fact, the prediction that was made last week, which was 27.56. It's like Sybil's 1 week out, like a two Ronnie's sketch. That's a little bit spooky. Today it was Me1 by 18 points. Me1 would have had 50 something. Me2 would have 30 something. But in fact, Me1 had 20 something and Me2 had 40 something. And Me2 won. It's 66-76. when the going mattered, like last time, the Me2 came good. Me2 knocked in all the colours apart from the black. Nearly got one of the highest breaks we've ever seen. But still, that's green, brown. That's 4 in a row. Amazing. And that happened a couple of times in that match. Whew. No one can say this isn't brilliant snooker. Nobody can say that. Can you say that, commentator too? I can say it's not brilliant snooker because it isn't. It is not. It is not brilliant snooker. It's very bad snooker. There's the old green board. Someone's saying wrong camera, but that's an important thing to look at. The old green board up above, looking down. Only the black remains. And there, from the other angle, Prince Andrew watching on. Jock McTavish, whatever he's called, in his head in a box. Back to you in the studio, Rich. Well, amazing stuff. I really enjoyed tonight's frame. I hope you did. I've enjoyed doing this. I felt enlivened, even though I've been tired today. Just lovely to talk to the guys. Lovely to watch them duke it out like two gladiators who've lost all of their weapons and just fighting with their fists. And amazing to think that's Me2. Another win. He won this week. He won last week. He won the week before. Lost the week before. Won 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 the week. Lost the week before. Lost the week before. Lost the week before. Lost the week. Is that right? Lost the week before. Did Me1 really win 4 in a row? No. I'm just looking at the wrong thing, am I? 61. Looks like he lost to me. Anyway, there we go. Doesn't matter, does it? Amazing stuff. 66-76. Me1 just sat down. How are you feeling? Richard, I'm disappointed. Not only is the Queen dead, but I've lost. Since the Queen died, I've not won a frame. And also before she died, I hadn't won some. And I've only won 66 and he's won 76. It doesn't seem very fair. Are you going to resign and let a better player take over? Richard, you saw me there. Do you see the break I got? I nearly got a 5-ball break. I got a break of 11 points or something. And, you know, that's one of the greatest breaks we've seen in Me versus Me history. I was unlucky that Me2 then got a 4-ball break and his balls were worth more points than mine. That's just not fair. That's the fault of the game. So, yeah, I'll come back next week. I'll come back stronger. I'll come back longer. What will be longer? Are you having a penis extension? Did you like the bit in the royal funeral? I was going to say royal wedding. It's the wedding of the body and some earth, where it looked like the man broke the thing into and it looked like he was playing snooker with a small cue. I did not like that, Richard. I don't like you belittling the royal funeral in that way. It's not a wedding either, it's a funeral. Well, let's get talking to the man of the moment, the man everyone's talking about, the man who hates the royal family and yet God has still let him win at snooker, which makes you wonder who is in charge of the snooker board. Not God, maybe the other guy. Me2. Richard, I'm not evil, I'm not good, I'm snooker. If you cut me in the middle, snooker runs right down through me like a stick of rock. And but if I cut you in the middle, you'd die though. Yeah, don't do that. I would die. Look, this is easy peasy pudding and pie. It's pimpsy for me. Bring on Me11. Bring on one of the better me's. Give me some decent opposition, Richard. The people are crying out for. Even a woman would be better than this. Well, I don't like even a woman. Me11 is one of the greatest players of snooker we have seen in this century. And I played in the last century as well. Yeah, fair enough. Yes, we did. We've been playing this since we were, maybe 13, 14 years old. It's for 40, more than 40 years. It's sad, isn't it? At least we didn't film it and put it out on the internet before. But there wasn't an internet, I know. But we didn't record it on a C60 and send it to people's houses. We just did it on our own and didn't think anyone would be interested. It is bad what we're doing. It's bad, it's wrong, but we're still doing it, and here we are. And it has to carry on. It's true. Well, if it carries on, Richard, I'll carry on winning. I can't see Me1 winning. He's just, he's choking on my cock, really. I'm putting my cock in there. He's choking on it, and consequently not. I mean, can Me1 suck your cock? It's difficult, Richard, but I think if we practice enough, we can make it happen. All right, I think we've done enough. Look, listen to Rullust, but it's really good. Keep on listening to this as well, but I don't make any money out of this for some reason. And come and see us live, either at the Phoenix on the 22nd or the Leicester Square Theatre, pretty much every Monday, apart from the last 2 in October, till the end of November. Lots of fun stuff coming up. Listen to Relativity on Fridays. Or on BBC Sounds. My book's coming out soon. Buy that. And if you buy my book, I can keep playing snooker against myself because I'll have money from the book. Please, if only all 92 of you would buy my book, then it wouldn't really make any difference. Anyway, from me and all the me's and all the people playing football at the moment, good luck to all those players. We will see you on Thursday at the Phoenix. I think we might be filming. We're going to go raiding Zaffa Cakes. Go and raid Zaffa Cakes. He's well worth raiding. And we'll see you very soon here on the old green board at the Oleg Alcaju Arena.